communicating with them, right? So that they start to have those reactions. They start to go, this is going to happen. They start to hear early successes, right? If not planned for, if not managed, right? That's where it takes longer and you get a lot more resistance. When you manage it, you'll still have the feelings, it won't be as deep, and won't take as long, okay? And that's sort of the whole reason for it. So we'll continue to refer back to this. Just a couple truths to make sure. We talked about it takes time. Everyone's going to experience the change kind of in a different cycle, in a different way. It's cyclical, right? You can kind of go back to the beginning, right? When you get new information, you certainly can go back down the curve. And you can get stuck. We talked about this yesterday. It is a choice, right? And when you're stuck, the best thing is to know that you're there and either raise your hand for some assistance, or if you're managing folks and you see your people getting stuck, ask, what's the most important question we talked about yesterday? What's the most important question you can ask either a team member or someone who works for you if you see them being stuck? What's the most important question? How can I help you? What do you need? Don't guess, right? Don't make it up, right? We like to actually bring this change curve out in the forefront and have conversations with people about it, right? When they can self-identify and say, hey, here's where I am, here's why, help me, that's the best part. Second best is you can identify, say, I think, right, you're kind of stuck, how can I help you move forward? Okay, so the key is to lead your people through that change. They have a choice, it can be managed, and of course it always starts, no matter what, it starts at the personal level. People want to know, why should I care, what's in it for me? So those are just some kind of basic truths. We talked about this yesterday. I'll go kind of quickly because I know I've got about 80-20, but we did talk about the biology aspects and how a lot of our human reactions are rooted. When our brain perceives something new, we react, and we typically react negatively. We perceive it as an error. And it takes a lot more energy for us to adapt something new, which is why there's that time. You've the learning curve, right? That's like probably the most popular way to describe this. There's a learning curve because of this biological fact. It just takes more time when you're learning something new. We talked about the amygdala hijack, and the great example when you're driving in a car, someone stops really quickly in front of you. And what do you do immediately? You slam on the brakes, throw your arm out to the no passenger beside you, right, to protect the air, because it's an instinct. It's a knee-jerk reaction. When if you had time to think about it, the best thing would have been, the logical choice would have been to keep both hands on the wheel as you're preparing to possibly hit the car in front of you, right? That's just very typical. And then finally, we did talk about emotions are contagious. I've got a different video for you guys today. Yesterday we had a lovely experience with quadruplets, babies laughing. Today I've got one that's a little bit more scientific, but I think highly humorous as well, that I'd like to share with you guys. Justin, this is the new one. It's a long video, so we're going to stop it about a quarter of the way through once we get to the main point.
When I was 7 years old and my sister was just 5 years old, we were playing on top of a bunk bed. I was 2 years older than my sister at the time. I mean, I'm 2 years older than her now, but at the time that meant she had to do everything that I wanted to do, and I wanted to play war. So we were up on top of our bunk beds, and on one side of the bunk bed I had put out all my G.I. Joe soldiers and weaponry, and on the other side